Hi everyone. So the topic today is conversion. We're going to convert between one unit to another unit. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in this lesson. So for example, if we want to convert 36 quarts to gallons, here's what you can do. First off, we need the exact conversion between quarts to gallons. I don't know what that is. So you're gonna have to look that up, or they're going to have to provide that to you. But it says here 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts because there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So we go ahead and write this in a ratio table, 1 gallon for 4 quarts. And now there's going to be a 36 here. And so we have to fill out this ratio table. So the number that's going to be here is 9, because we multiply 4 by 9 to get to 36, and then 1 by 9 to get to 9. Now we're going to convert 36 quarts to gallons. We're going to write the ratio table of 1/4 gallon and 1 quart. Now to go to 36 quarts, we have to multiply this by 36 also, so we get 9. 36 times 1/4 is 9. So this is just showing you another way of getting the same answer. So yeah, you can construct a ratio table to figure out the correct conversion. And yeah, you can also plot these on the graph if you would like, if you want to interpret graphs. They plot the point 4, 1, because 4 quarts for every 1 gallon. And then they create the line. And so to figure out when you have 36 quarts, it's up here. It's going to be 9 gallons. I would recommend using the ratio table because you're going to have to get some graph paper out and graph this. I think it takes a lot more work. So yeah, I recommend using the ratio table. Okay, let's go ahead and do another example. We're going to convert 10 meters to feet. So 10 meters is how many feet? Again, I do not know the conversion between meters to feet, so they're going to have to give that to you, or you're going to have to look that up. But it says here 1 meter is equal to 3.28 feet, approximately 3.28 feet. So we go ahead and write that using a ratio table. So 3.28 feet per meter. This is also a unit rate. We want there to be a 10 right here because we want to figure out how many feet in 10 meters. And so we're going to multiply 1 by 10 to get to 10. We have to do the same thing up here. And so we get that there are approximately 32.8 feet in 10 meters. You could do it this way as well. There's 0.3 meters in 1 foot. And so, well, you have to get to 10 somehow. So they first divide by 0.3, and then they multiply by 10 to get to 10 divided by 0.3, which is approximately 33.33 feet, or they're pretty close to each other. Now, it seems like this would be the easier option, and I think it is the easier option to do it this way because the numbers here don't look very nice. So you can pick and choose which ratio to work with, if it's the ratio from feet to meters or it's the ratio from meters to feet. And again, I think this is a little bit easier to work with. Okay, let's now convert 4 pounds to kilograms. So for this example, we're no longer actually going to use a ratio table. We're going to use a conversion factor, which I typically use whenever I convert things. And I think this is really useful. So they give you that 1 pound is equal to 0.45 kilograms. So we're going to convert 4 pounds to kilograms. So we first take 4 pounds. We're going to multiply by this conversion factor. 0.45 kilograms over 1 pound. When we do that, we can see that the pounds cancel out, because that's what happens when you have the same units in the denominator and the numerator of a fraction. They cancel out. So the pounds cancel out. So we're left with just kilograms. And so then we perform this calculation. 4 times 0.45 divided by 1 gives us 1.8 kilograms. So 4 pounds is about 1.8 kilograms. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to convert 5 yards per second to yards per minute using a conversion factor. Now this is a little bit more tricky because we're working with 2 units instead of 1. So now it's 5 yards per 1 second. And we have to get to yards per minute. So we want the conversion between seconds to minutes. So there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. That's our conversion factor. So we're going to multiply this fraction by 60 seconds over 1 minute so that the seconds cancel out. Now you cannot multiply 5 yards over 1 second by 1 minute over 60 seconds because then the seconds won't cancel out. You're going to have a second down here and you're going to have the unit of seconds down here, and so they won't cancel out. You have to have the units on opposite sides of the fraction. In this case, we have 1 second down here and 60 seconds above here or over here. So now we see that the seconds cancel out. So now we perform the operation of 5 times 60 divided by whatever 1 times 1 is. That's 1. So 5 times 60 divided by 1. That's going to give us 300 yards per 1 minute. So that is our answer. So that's how we convert between 5 yards per second to yards per minute. Okay. We're going to do this last problem, and this problem is pretty tricky, but it's okay. Let's see if we can solve this problem. So it says here, a runner's goal is to complete a mile in 4 minutes or less. It's very fast. It's a good accomplishment to have. The runner's speed is 20 feet per second. At this speed, does the runner meet the goal? If not, how much faster in feet per second must the runner be to meet the goal? Well, in order to finish a mile in 4 minutes or less, let's figure out how fast you would actually have to go. So you'd have to be able to run 1 mile in 4 minutes. That's your speed, 1 mile for over 4 minutes. We're going to multiply this by the conversion factor, 1 minute per 60 seconds, because instead of minutes, we want this to be in seconds to compare to this speed. So we're going to multiply this by 1 minute over 60 seconds. Again, as mentioned in the previous example, you cannot multiply this by 60 seconds over 1 minute. Those two things, while they are actually the same, you can't do that because then the minutes won't cancel out. Here they do. Here the minutes cancel out because you have minutes down here, minutes up here, and that's how things cancel out in fractions. If you have the same thing in the denominator and the numerator, they will cancel out. And here you have minutes in the denominator and the numerator, therefore they will cancel out. So we're left with let's see, we have 1 mile up here, we have a 4 down here, we have 60 seconds down here. So we have miles. We have to now convert to miles to feet. So now we use this conversion factor. And we know that there's, well, according to this, I don't know that, but according to this, 5,280 feet is in 1 mile. So we write this conversion factor as a fraction. And then we can see that the miles cancel out. And then we perform this calculation. 1 times 1 times 5,280. That's 5,280. Divided by 4 times 60. So this is 240. So it's going to be 5,280 feet per 240 seconds. And now, when we simplify this fraction, we are going to get 22 feet every second. So in order to actually meet this goal of 4 minutes or less, a runner would have to run on average 20 feet every second. So does this specific runner meet that goal? And the answer is no, because this runner is only going 20 feet per second. All right, and that is basically it. I don't know what this is. Okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that is basically it. So when it comes to converting units, You can either use a ratio table, which I think most students will use because it seems a little bit easier. And you can also use